Welcome to my review of the Razer Blackshark V2 Pro. This is their premium headset. As you can see, it's just a few features on the box. That's what it looks like. I like it's quite understated, which I'll show you later on. Hyperspeed wireless technology, so it uses a wireless dongle, which I'll show you soon. Razer Triforce, which is titanium coated 50mm drivers, which are quite big, and they do perform very well considering, but I will talk about that later as well. And it has a unique Razer Hyperclear Super Cardioid microphone, which is only on this model, which is not on the ones below it. It does have THX spatial audio, which is 7.1. I will show you in the actual software later on what that's actually all about. It's got memory foam ear cushions and a memory foam headband. Advanced passive noise cancellation, because it's actually a closed back. I've tried in my PC, works perfect, and I've tried in my PlayStation 4, also works perfect. You have to make sure you pick the right one in the actual devices in your PlayStation. I haven't tried it on a Mac or a Switch or an Xbox One. So you get the headset, you get the mic, you get the receiver, you get the charge cable, which is, I'll show you soon, which is micro USB, which is a shame. Works on Windows 10 and obviously wired with the actual cable. I'll show you soon. It does come with Razer Synapse. I'll show you later on. Specs: 12 to 28 kHz, 32 ohm impedance, 50mm driver, 320 grams. So it's not too bad considering it's got actual batteries and actual the electronics in there. Memory foam cushions. There's the information. Volume up and down on the ear cup, which I'll show you as well. Mics on the headset and how you can use it, wireless or wired. And let's get into it. So this is the back of the box. So it does say it does support 7.1 audio THX, which is reality makes the sound stage bigger or adds reverb. That's up to you. Does use a wireless receiver. There's some information about the drivers. The drivers do seem to be pretty good. I've used this as headphones and they do really work quite well as that. There's information about the microphone, which is just a cardioid polar pattern. And that's just the extra info. And obviously there's the actual quick summaries in obviously a lot of different languages with a 2U warranty. So this is what you get. The actual headset itself with the serial number, the volume control and all that, which I'll show you in more detail later on. There's the obviously unique serial number, memory foam pads, which don't get too hot around the ear, which is quite a benefit. This is actual Bluetooth. Well, it's the 2.4 GHz transceiver, which does receive and transmit. It's like basically a USB flash drive size. I like the green accents they pull on. It's quite unique. So that's what you have to use if you want to use it with your computer or PlayStation, obviously, wireless. That's in there is instructions and the actual documentation. I will run over the instructions later on because they're very simple but very important. This is a very simple headset to use. It's probably much simpler than a lot of the Bluetooth like TWS I've tried. This is just a pouch. Not much padding really, it probably just help it stop getting scratched. This is the charge cable only. I like it's got some caps over the ends, but unfortunately it's micro USB. Should really be Type C in 2020. But anyway, that's what comes with it. I like the green accents, and that's just for charging only. And it takes, if you run the batteries down really low, it probably take around 3 hours to charge up. But you'll probably get easily a week's worth of use out of it. That's the 3.5 to 3.5 if you want to use it wired. Braided cable, nice quality, couldn't really fault it. But all my testing was done with the wireless adapter, because that way it's a set standard between computers. I could have used my onboard audio to test it, but then everybody's got different onboard audio. And yes, the microphone is detachable. That's what it looks like. You can use it obviously without it, so it's a pair of headphones. And that's just the basically one side's the microphone and the other side is just an air vent, and that's it. So just put that back on. I have done a mic test as well, which is later on in the video. Quite quick spoiler, it actually sounds pretty decent. And that's just some silica gel to help moisture. So this is just a quick look at the pouch or carry pouch. No real protection, to be honest, but it will probably help scratches, stop any scratches. It don't really protect you from any real damage, but that's just, so yeah, it's not a bad pouch for the for an included pouch. It will do a basic job really. So this is the instruction manual, which is quite important. It's very simple but very featured. So there's the serial number, what you'll need, and you do get a 2-year limited warranty. They say you contact them and don't contact your store you had it from. There's all the buttons. But as you say, if you want to, just pause the actual video, but it's all there, and that's just included accessories. This is how you charge it. Basically just connect it to a USB port. There's the colours. They're either blinking green, static green, or red or blinking red. Obviously gives you a warning tone, which is good because then you know how much is left, so you can charge it. So how you connect it via your PC. So you press it, put it in and press and hold, and then it will, as you can see, static blue. Make sure you find it in the computer settings. Input and output should be there. And the PlayStation 4, put it in, and then make sure you use it you pick the right one in the actual PS4 settings. That's it, just using the included 3.5 cable, very straightforward. Volume, when you're in the middle, you can feel it. It's in the middle, and that's just how the actual mic works. So there's an air vent on the back, and then the mic's on the front. Just how the actual mute button works, and extending the lifespan, it says, and yeah, bit of information about the THX audio. That's it. So this is what the actual software looks like. You have to obviously have the dongle plugged in for it to detect this. This is the Razer Synapse software. It's just an easy download from Razer's website, but you don't have to create an account. I've got into this using the guest account, and this software is entirely optional. You can just plug the dongle into your Windows 10 computer and it just works. So this is the main page. This is what it looks like, something like this when you first use it. Obviously it's detected I've got the Razer Blackshark V2 Pro plugged in, but this voice, my microphone, is not that. I'm using my normal condenser microphone. So this is the main one. This warning here is basically just as it says, select THX spatial audio as your default playback device for best experience. Then you just click that to make it default. Same property, select the default output device that THX spatial audio will fall back to when the device is not connected. Obviously I've got a few. That's my onboard audio. That's the one in one of my secondary monitors. That's what it says NVIDIA. That one is for my interface. That's for my main monitor, and that's just my main USB amp DAC. Obviously, volume control. Let's go to mixer. So it includes THX 7.1, which is basically more soundstage or an EQ, depends on the game. So obviously here it's turned on. So you do automatically, or you can click a manual, and it will set different modes. So it's already detected a bunch of games I've installed, and it knows of the games, say certified game modes. So it's in their kind of database. As you say, there's a bunch of games. We can leave it as auto, on or off. This is a way of testing it, and you'll hear it do like right to left. And that's it. So enhancement. This is for the actual headphones. So you can pick basically different EQs. or make your own up. Default, it's going to set to flat. Bass boost on or off. So 55 is the like medium, 10's the lowest, 100 is the highest. So I'll put that back to like middle. Oops. Turn off. Sound normalization should be the same. 55, 100 to 10. Turn that off. And voice clarity should be the same. You turn it on or off if you want to do that. Microphone. Another equalizer, that's for the mic. Obviously there's different parts. That's kind of boosting kind of bass higher, the higher part of the bass into the mids. Then the treble, then it rolls off. Broadcast is obviously different. Conference is different. Custom or default, you do what you want to do. Mic volume, voice gate, low, medium or high. Obviously you can preview, so you know what it sounds like. There's an enhancements. These question marks give you a little bit of help to what they actually do. As you say, it tells you what they need to do. So volume normalization ensures consistent output levels by reducing sudden loud noises and increasing soft audio. Voice clarity isolates and increases the volume range for your microphone. And ambient noise reduction enhances the clarity of the microphone input by filtering out ambient noise. So if you want to do them, you can do. And power. So it's set as, at the moment it's activated, so within 15 minutes, if there's no activity, it will power off, which is pretty useful. Or you can set it up to like 60, so you can do what you need to do with it. And obviously I've got mine plugged in, and that's the actual battery like icon. And you can make profiles, and that's pretty much the software. It's, as you say, it's up to you if you want to like use it, but it's all there if you want to. This is just a quick mic test of the microphone that's on the Razer Blackshark V2 Pro. I am capturing this over wireless, which is its intended design, not through the wired connection, and I think this sounds pretty good. Probably one of the best headset microphones out there. And yeah, this is just a quick mic test. So yeah, this is my impressions and thoughts of it. Let's get negatives out the way. It does leave fingerprints on the back of the actual cups. You can see that's how it extends. Good headband, really. I like that it's kind of low key, but like I said, a negative is actual. It does leave fingerprints like on the back, what you can do. A positive, as you can see, memory foam headband and ear cups. Not much swivel design. All the controls are on the actual left ear pad. There's a volume. In the middle, you can feel like when it gets into the middle. That's how it looks like when it's fully extended. I'm not sure the actual lifespan of those, but the build quality actually seems fine. Just left, that's maximum volume. In the middle is medium, and then you turn it right is the lowest, which is very straightforward. See, so basically dead straight up. That's for the microphone, 3.5. You can kind of see fingerprints. That's for the actual headset. That's for charging. That's LED status. It's either blue or red, depending. Microphone, like mute or unmute. And the button next to it, that's for actual power. So you can hold it on, hold it off. The battery life on these is actually close to 24 hours. So in reality, if you use it for 2 or 3 hours a day, you'll get a week's worth of charge. And if you just get really low, it'll take you maybe up to 3 hours to charge it. So you have to bear that in mind. Sound, I found these very balanced with a little bit of emphasis in the low end. They had really good details across the whole spectrum. They've done a really good job of these. You could actually use these as a good pair of dynamic, obviously closed back headphones. For gaming, everything worked well. For music, worked really well. Good enough build quality. There's no swivel, but they do swivel enough by design. They've actually done quite a nice job of these, I think. Because that's what they look like. Good clamp. Good overall balanced sound with a little bit of emphasised low end. So yeah, the conclusion is they've done a really nice job. Negatives are fingerprints you could leave on. Price, these are nearly twice the price of the lower model, which uses the same drivers, but you are paying that big premium to be wireless. And I'd like to have seen maybe an EQ button on the ear cup instead of going into the software to change it every time you want to do something. But the build seems fine. They do sound great considering some of Razer's older products aren't that very good. Comfort's good. The weight's fine at 320 grams. They've done a really nice, good job of these, but obviously they aren't perfect. And yeah, anything you want to let me know, just as usual in the comments. Thanks for watching. Take care, and I'll be back soon with another video.